Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently, but tomorrow I've got a really important Kenobi video for you, so look out for that. But today we're going to be talking about Star Wars animation, because this year 2022 is going to be an incredible year for it. Not only are we getting the Bad Batch Season 2 in September, but a new anthology series in the same style as the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch is dropping this fall, Tales of the Jedi. It was unveiled at Star Wars Celebration a couple of weeks ago, but we've known about the existence of this series for a long time. Dave Filoni describes this project as 2 paths and 2 choices. The new 6-part animated short series is expanding the Star Wars canon, as well as the stories of beloved prequel era Force users. Now, yesterday on Twitter I wrote that this has the potential to be some of the best animated Star Wars storytelling, and I'm honoured that Keith Kellogg, the Lucasfilm animation director, retweeted me and added that it was super fun to work on these with Dave Filoni, and that we're getting untold stories of some beloved characters. Now, I've been meaning to make a video solely focused on Tales of the Jedi for some time, and so here we are. I want to talk about why this show is so important to the Star Wars universe and what it might bring. Now, the first thing to highlight is the fact that it's adding a lot of context to the prequels and the Clone Wars, not necessarily in terms of the political landscape, but more in terms of individual characters' journeys. The 2 main ones they highlighted at Star Wars Celebration were young Count Dooku when he was a Jedi, and Ahsoka. We're going to see what Dooku was like as a Jedi Master to Qui-Gon Jinn, and from Ahsoka's point of view, her story in the show is going to be about her mother Pav T and Ahsoka's early childhood before becoming a Jedi. And from this, Dave Filoni talked about how this anthology series contains valuable life lessons the heroes learn at this point in their journey, especially with Ahsoka, whose first hero was not Anakin, but rather her mother. And the best part of her story in this anthology series, at least based on the trailer, is that it's giving us important moments throughout Ahsoka's early life, not just her childhood, but also when she joined the Jedi Order, all the way up to the beginning of the Clone Wars. These are perspectives we've never seen before, and they expand our appreciation of the characters, even if some of them took darker paths later on. And in parallel to Ahsoka's relationship with her mother, the dynamic between Count Dooku and young Qui-Gon Jinn is one we've all been wanting to see for a long time, especially in the animated style of the Clone Wars. How did Dooku's influence at this point affect a Padawan who would go on to become the most holistic, force-attuned and free-thinking Jedi who ever lived? Well, at Celebration, Dave Filoni even addressed this. He said, Qui-Gon is one of the best, and in some ways, most interesting Jedi, because of his philosophy, which is different from the Jedi Council. And for me, my dear Meglorians, Qui-Gon was always one of my favourite characters in all of Star Wars. He encompasses the best of what it means to be a Jedi. He was not restricted by the Council's strict and often nonsensical rules, but rather meditated upon and listened to the will of the Force. Now, concerning Count Dooku, there are some fans who are worried that this series could retcon Dooku Jedi Lost, the novel by Cavan Scott. But I can't imagine Disney contradicting their own novel. Not only that, but they would surely have used it as source material for some of the stories about a young Dooku, so I wouldn't be too worried about retcons. Now, besides the main characters, we know we're also getting some other familiar faces too, and the extension of their stories. Mace Windu, Yoda, and for me the most fascinating, Jedi Master Yaddle. In Legends, her story is told, but in canon it's not, and we still have no official answer for why she left the Jedi Council between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Nor do we know where she went after that, and if she survived beyond Order 66. Now, while this show won't give us all of the answers we seek, I'm sure they're going to try and at least show us why she left the Jedi Order. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in my own theory for why Yaddle left, then check out this video. Along the same lines of familiar heroes, I'm super excited about the possibility of dark side users, bounty hunters and antagonists this early on. We might even see Jango Fett, but in particular I'd love to see a pre-cyborg Grievous, back when he was Kamen J. Shalal. Next up, another reason Tales of the Jedi is so important is it's bringing a very different tone to the slate of animated Star Wars shows. At Celebration during the panel they teased, this is not for the faint of heart. While the premiere episode they showed ended happily and featured an adorable baby Ahsoka, Filoni warned the fans that some of the stories are not so happy. In his own words he says, "Are they fun? Happy? I don't know. It gets rough," he said. He continued by saying, "Some of these are dark. I'm picturing the other shorts, and if I chose to show a Dooku short today, I don't think we'd be talking about all the cute things in Star Wars. I think we'd be talking about something else. It would be like, ooh, that was rough." But you know what, guys? I love when Star Wars gets dark, gritty, and heart-wrenching. I mean, come on, I'm a prequels fan. I'm so excited for those darker storylines that don't necessarily end on a high. It's in the legacy of this franchise, pretty much ever since The Empire Strikes Back. Now, another reason to be excited for Tales of the Jedi is that every short is rooted in traditional storytelling. Filoni called the shorts tone poems, stories with minimal dialogue told through visuals, minimalistic and so quiet, and also very reserved. Inspiration came from creators like renowned Japanese animator Hayao Miyazaki and of course, George Lucas himself. Speaking with StarWars.com about Tales of the Jedi, Dave Filoni says it's the mentor relationship. Now it's our job to take care of it and to further it in ways that are exciting for the next generation. He said you do your best job and then you do better. This is going to be amazing, and year by year the animation style of the Clone Wars and now the Bad Batch has improved, and based on what some folks who were at Celebration and saw the first episode said, this is the best visual quality of any Star Wars animated series so far. We don't have a release date just yet, but it's slated for a fall 2022 release. We've got the Bad Batch Season 2 on September the 28th, and Vision Season 2 comes next year. Now say what you will about the live action Star Wars shows, I think Disney have nailed it on the animation front, and fingers crossed this show delivers just as much. As you guys know, Star Wars Rebels is my favourite of all of them. So I'm super excited that Dave Filoni is showrunning and sprinkling his magic onto this series. I'm sure we're in for an absolute treat. And who knows, maybe after this we might get a spin-off called Tales of the Sith. There is an unbelievable amount of potential with dark side users, and you could do a similar 6-part series, each episode focusing on a different Sith Lord, and it doesn't have to be in one era. That'd be amazing, but I suspect Lucasfilm are saving all of their dark side stuff for the Acolyte, as I reported in yesterday's news update. It is rumoured that multiple Sith from the past are going to appear in holocrons or flashbacks in the show by Leslie Headland. But what do you guys think of Tales of the Jedi just based on the description and what we got at Star Wars Celebration? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. And as I said, tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a very important Kenobi video ahead of episode 5 on Wednesday, so make sure to look out for it, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. If you enjoyed this video, my dear friends, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, and if you want more videos not found here on YouTube while also getting access to our Discord server, then click the link down there in the description. But until the next one, guys, may the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.